All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're going to figure out together how Bipin Bahari takes the really dense, ancient rules of Vedic astrology and turns them into this absolutely beautiful, living map of your soul's cosmic journey. If you've ever felt like, standard horoscopes barely scratch the surface of who you actually are, well, you are in the exact right place. We're moving way past the superficial stuff today to look at a profound spiritual science that's literally designed to decode the ultimate purpose of your life.
Right out of the gate, we've got to understand the core contrast between these two systems. While Western astrology often hyperfocuses on psychological personality traits like, are you a stubborn Taurus or a super chatty Gemini, Vedic astrology, or Jyotish, operates on a completely different frequency. The word Jyotish actually translates to light, and it's entirely designed to illuminate your karma, your unique spiritual path, and your journey toward enlightenment. So it's really not about what kind of car you should buy or how your week is going to go. It's about what your soul actually came here to learn.
So, here is our roadmap for today. 1. Beyond Western astrology. 2. The cosmic man. 3. Nakshatras, the lunar mansions. 4. Rashis, the zodiac impulses. And 5. Bhavas, the fields of karma. Okay, section 1. Beyond Western astrology. I absolutely love this insight from the text because it completely reframes things. Ancient seers didn't view astrology as some tool to predict mundane, everyday events. For them, it was literally a path to enlightenment. As the text says, it was about enlightening the eternal darkness, basically illuminating the very laws of nature and watching the systematic descent of divine energy straight down into our physical reality.
Moving on to section 2, the cosmic man. To really grasp this system, you have to completely shift your perspective. You need to look at the universe itself as a living, breathing entity. And that brings us to Kalapurusha, the cosmic man. Ancient Hindu philosophy teaches us that you're not separate from the stars, not at all. You are intimately linked within a unified macrocosmic body. The planets, the signs, the earth, and you. Together, the whole shebang makes up the cosmic man. Every single celestial movement is an evolutionary impulse pulsating right through this one interconnected cosmic body.
So how does that cosmic energy actually reach you? Well, it flows top-down in 3 distinct steps. Think of it kind of like a massive theater production. Step 1, the nakshatras, or asterisms. They set the broad climatic conditions, basically the stage lighting. Step 2, the rashis, or zodiac signs, act as the atmosphere. That's your mood or your background music. And finally, step 3, the planets step onto that stage as the causative, positive forces. They're the actors who actually deliver the lines and drive the action forward. Which brings us to section 3, nakshatras, the lunar mansions. There are exactly 27 of these incredibly powerful deep space asterisms. Each one covers a highly specific 13-degree and 20-minute span of the sky. Now, the moon has a very special relationship with these mansions. When a planet sits in a nakshatra, you aren't just getting hit by that planet's energy. The planet is actually absorbing and transmitting the deep, primeval energy of that specific lunar mansion. They really act as the prime incubators for all cosmic ideation.
We won't list all 27 right now, but let's just look at a few fascinating examples to see how deep this rabbit hole goes. Take Ashwini, symbolized by the horse's head. That isn't just about being fast or energetic. Esoterically, it represents deep, regenerative, primeval healing power. Or Kritika, symbolized by a razor. This represents a creative fire that can either build things up or just ruthlessly destroy obstacles. And then there's Ashlesha, the serpent, which points to hidden Kundalini energy and really profound intellectual transformation. You see, these are intense soul-level energies, not just basic personality quirks.
All right, section 4, Rashis, the zodiac impulses. Once that raw, primeval energy leaves the nakshatras, it hits the rashis, the signs, which act as a modifying atmosphere before the energy finally reaches Earth. And what's totally fascinating here is how Vedic signs completely redefine what you probably thought you knew. Look at Scorpio, or Vrishchaka. In Western pop astrology, it's usually just about being intense or mysterious, right? But esoterically, it's actually about managing the deeply hidden, mystic serpent power, the Kundalini. Or take Gemini, Mithuna. Forget the standard twins. Here, it's symbolized as a male and female in a boat, representing the incredibly profound cosmic interaction between subjectivity and objectivity. So, these signs are definitely not just a checklist of behavioral traits. They represent critical stages of friction. They are literal battlegrounds where your pure spiritual essence collides head-on with the heavy material reality you're currently navigating. And it is that exact friction, that intense polarization, that forces your soul to grow and evolve.
Finally, Section 5, Bhavas, the fields of karma.
So this highly charged cosmic energy finally lands in the actual, tangible fields of experience where your soul lives out its specific karma, the houses. To truly understand the 12 houses esoterically, we have to group them by their cosmic purpose. Let's start with the spiritual triangle, houses 1, 5, and 9. House 1 is your initial spark, your birth potential. House 5 is all about how you creatively modify your past karma. And House 9 represents divine grace and the accumulation of your spiritual efforts. Together, this triangle maps your soul's upward trajectory. It is literally the map of your enlightenment.
But hey, we don't live purely in the spirit, do we? Contrast that upward path with the triangle of materiality, or Maya, houses 3, 7, and 11. House 3 represents your struggle and courage against your environment. House 7 is your deep immersion into material desires and worldly partnerships. And House 11 is where those material attachments hit their peak and eventually lead to the dissipation of your earthly bonds. This triangle completely structures the necessary, very real resistance you need to actually learn your karmic lessons.
Now bring them together. If you overlay these two triangles, they form a mystic hexagon. And that perfectly symbolizes the eternal, absolutely necessary tension between the upward path, reaching for divine grace and enlightenment, while simultaneously experiencing the downward immersion into the mundane struggles and worldly attachments of material reality. You literally cannot have one without the other. And what about the remaining houses? Well, the 2nd, 6th, 8th, and 12th houses represent what Bahari calls the creative chaos, or the great deep. These houses track your soul from its deepest hidden potentials and struggles, right up to the 12th house, where everything finally dissolves. The 12th house isn't just about endings or loss. No, it is the ultimate dissolution of the ego, where your individual life force finally merges right back into the tranquil, eternal ocean it came from. By framing astrology not as some parlor trick to predict tomorrow's lottery numbers, but as the systematic descent of divine energy right into your daily life, it changes absolutely everything. Your struggles, your deep desires, your natural talents, they are all specific impulses from the cosmic man, designed to wake you up. So the ultimate question I want to leave you with today is this. Now that you actually know the map, how are you going to use it to navigate your own spiritual awakening?